All right, so we've got our clay with our dried glue in it, and now we're gonna try and carefully pull it out. All right, you can see mine spilled over a little bit and ripped the paper, but I'm probably just gonna rip that off if I can without, if your fossil gets messed up a little bit, that's okay. So I'm just gonna pull that off. All right, and then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna try and pick at it from all sides. You don't want to try and just pull it up from just this one side or it'll rip. So just kind of pick at it from all the edges. See, I ripped it a little bit, but that's okay. So just kind of pick at it a little bit. If you had thicker glue, it's gonna stay together a little bit better. And this is really difficult to get out this time. All right, so I'm just gonna like slowly push back the clay as I pull it out. Okay, you can see there's a bunch of clay stuck on it, so you have like a paper towel and just kind of peel that off. I just don't want to, I've already got it in my nails, so just carefully with a paper towel or napkin or whatever, pull some of that off. Doesn't have to be completely clean, but just so you can see the outline of the animal. That's pretty good. I'm just gonna get a little bit more off, but that's pretty good. You can clean it off more if you want, but as long as you can kind of see a good outline. And don't use water because first of all, the clay is wax based, so it's not gonna wash off, but the glue is water soluble, so it'll just turn it back into soft glue. So don't use water, just use a paper towel to try and rub off as much as you can. And again, you see I'm doing it on a piece of paper, so I'm not making a mess on my table. Okay, so I've now pulled it out, and you can see the legs, and then if you look at it closer in person, you could see the texture of the skin, and you can even see, so this is the dinosaur that I used. So you can see the scales on the back, right there. So, all right, so you got your little fossil. All right, so when we used our clay in the a couple days ago, mine's all messed up now, but when you took your dinosaur and you pressed it into the clay and you had that original imprint, what fossil type was that? So when you made your original imprint, what type of fossil was that? All right, so that was a mold fossil, okay? That was your mold, you made your mold. And then you took your glue, which represented like mud or sand, and filled in that space, in that imprint. And then it hardened, and we have what we just pulled out. What is that? So again, we made our mold. It got filled with our pretend sand and mud, and then it dried, and what we pulled out is what? What type of fossil is that? All right, this is our cast fossil. So you made a mold and a cast fossil. All right, so mold and then cast. Okay, now our last one, which I'm just gonna pull one out, but you can pull all of them out if you want. So we took our dinosaur feet and we pushed it into the clay. Actually, it would have been this dinosaur. And it left footprints, right? What type of fossil is this? It's just footprints and not the actual body. Yeah, so it's a trace fossil. So it shows us trace evidence of the animal. Like by looking at this, you can see that it has 4 feet, right? It walks on 4 feet versus this guy that walks on 2 feet. So we can tell how many feet it walks on. And then you see how you have these 2 feet print together and these farther apart. You can tell how the animal walks. So trace fossils are ones that aren't the actual, shape of the animal, but give scientists an idea of some type of behavior. So in this instance, it's how it moves.